Good morning. It's so nice to connect with you today. My name is Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to pull some cards and share some guidance for the next 3 days. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's the 16th, 17th and the 18th of January. So welcome. I want to send out a big extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light members, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. So I'm coming to you live now from Tasmania, Australia, where it is Tuesday the 16th of January here, and the time is 6:51 a.m. So I trust this video finds you well. If you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is using my Oracle cards. These are Oracle cards that I created. They're the Speed of Light Oracle combined with my Animal Kingdom Oracle cards. And these have been combined to make a 110 card deck. So I'll be using this deck to find the best cards that the majority of us need for Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust 100% that you have been led here for a reason. So what that reason is up to you to figure out as you listen. There might be some very simple message up to the whole thing that may resonate and things in between. I'd be very surprised if 100% of the reading resonates. But, you know, just see what fits in and what resonates and what seems like I'm speaking directly to you, and take on board those things and let the rest go. So allow this to be a guide to support you if you need it. Use your common sense, use your ability to think things through, and use your intuition. Oh, we've got another visitor. To make sure that you want to follow that guidance if that's what you want to do, and just see what happens. You could see what happens. You could just not follow the guidance, and you could just go through the next few days and come back and listen to the video again on Thursday and see what happened that resonated with your life and what you had going on. So, especially if you're new and you're uncertain about the accuracy of these types of things, then don't do anything. Just see what happens and go from there. So, does Miss Puss want to come and say hello? Come on. Come round here. Here she is. Good morning from us on this beautiful summer's morning on Tuesday in Tasmania, Australia. It's going to be quite a hot day, and I'm going to the beach for a swim. Not Puss, the human me. Oh, she seems very content just to be here. So thanks for being. What I'm going to do is pull a card. Oh, excuse me. Oops. There we go. I'm going to pull a card for each day, and then I'm going to pull a theme card for these 3 days. Good morning, Diane. Thank you and welcome. Hi, Debbie and Sam. Okay, let's look now. I'm shuffling the cards and holding the intention that I want to find the best card that the majority of us need now for Tuesday, the 16th of January. So the best card for Tuesday is this. It's an Animal Kingdom. Zena, good morning. Hi, Pirates Hideout. Yes. And I almost wore my dress. I've got 2 dresses. And I actually almost wore my blue version, my blue and white, which would have really matched this, but I didn't, which is fine. But this is the Air Dragon. So if you're new to the cards, we have 5 dragons in this whole deck. And the dragons are the most powerful cards in the deck. There is a dragon for each element, and then the spirit dragon. So this is the Air Dragon. So this brings a power in for Tuesday. We did have a dragon that came up as well on Saturday's card. So we've got dragons seem to be appearing at the moment. It's card 27. And it says, your mind is powerful. So this is about focus. It's about determination. It's about thinking things through. It's about figuring out what we need to do next. It's getting organized. It's finding that mental structure that supports, like a scaffolding, that supports our intuition and our ability to flow. When we can combine our structure and our mental capabilities with our intuition and our more fluid, emotional, flowing capabilities, that masculine and feminine energy, when we can bring those together, it's quite the power force in our life. So we can create a scaffolding, a mental scaffolding, and organization and management of our time, focus, direction, planning. We can use that as a scaffolding to then help support the flow that we want to bring in. It's a bit like, for me, what I'm visualizing at the moment is a river. And the scaffolding, or this structure, this planning, this sort of mental element is like the river itself, you know, the earth of the river that holds and contains the water of the river itself. So if we can create a strong scaffolding, a strong structure, strong but not out of balance, this is where we need to just keep feeling for our balance, because it's going to be different for us all. We've all got different personalities, and we all work with our life in different ways. So if we can create a structure that works for us, if we can get manage our life, get things in place, get things in position, if we can create that sort of earth of the river that holds it, that contains the water, then that will help channel the water in a clearer way and in a clearer direction. So don't underestimate the power of your mind. Now, your lower mind, our lower mind, can want to sabotage our flow and can want to sabotage our life, and our lower mind tends to be more in alignment with our wounds and our issues, our insecurities, our self-doubt, our lack of self-belief, our lack of self-confidence. So if our lower mind is in the driver's seat, then we're going to be constantly worried and stressed out, and we might have lack of direction. Even though our mind is in control, it's the lower part of our mind. So I find that in general there are two aspects, the lower mind, the higher mind, and I want to, for me, tap into my higher mind that helps create that scaffolding and that structure and that organization sort of center, that rationality that I can then use to help guide my flow. So I'm a very strong flowing person. I trust in the flow in my life every day, 100%, as best as I can. I mean, sometimes I slip up, but I'm pretty good at it. And I also have a lot of structure in my life and my day as well. So you might think that they are counter each other, that structure and flow, they just, you know, like oil and water, they don't blend, but actually they do really well. So maybe can give some thought about what's out of control in your life, what seems like your stresses are driving you off the cliff, and how can you get that lower part of your mind out of the driver's seat and call your higher mind in to help you focus and help find some structure. You know, it could be a deadline that you create for yourself or some plan moving forward. It could be just creating a doable plan for today, you know, and then get into that habit and you know, get up in the morning and consider what you've got to do today, and then create a doable plan. Create a checklist if that's helpful. I love lists personally. I've lists everywhere, and I plan out what I'm doing for the next day, the day before, most of the time, and then I feel on that in the mornings and see how I'm feeling. How did I sleep? What's the energy like? What's the weather like? You know, things that might govern or determine what I might focus on. So the air dragons coming in strongly for Tuesday and very much reminding us of the power of our mind, especially our higher mind. So let's work with that in alignment with our heart and our flow. So that's our guidance for Tuesday. Now I'm looking for the best card for Wednesday, the 17th of January. Good morning, Janine and Kate and Mary from South Africa. And Corinna's here from Ohio. Welcome. Welcome to you all. Okay, the best card for Thursday, the 17th of January, is this. It's a Speed of Light Oracle. And it's this. It's the jellyfish. The jellyfish is card 55, and it says vulnerable, flow, sensitive, and protection. So there seems to be already this balance energy that's coming in, a balance between the mind and the emotions, balance between the head and the heart. Now, again, if our head and our mind is stressed out and low and depressed, then it's probably not going to be something that we want to follow. So we've really got to try our best, and it takes time to shift out of that, to release those lower issues and the stresses, and really look at what we're focusing on. You know, are we focusing on things that are necessary for us to be focusing on in our life, or are we focusing on things that really have nothing to do with us, that are creating an anxiety and a stress that doesn't need to be there? I know for me, when I was, and when I sometimes get, or I don't really so much now, but if I get into that lower part of my mind, I remind myself to tend to the nest. And tend to the nest reminds me to tend to, or focus on, the things that are important to me around my home, my body, my family, my actual life. Am I tending to the nest with this? Am I tending to the things that are important to me? Am I focusing on the things that are important to me, or am I off on a tangent worrying about what some stranger said yesterday, or worrying about what the news is having me whipping up that fear in me? What am I stressing about and worrying about, and is it should I be doing that in the grand scheme of things, and making that decision, you know, and choosing for ourselves what we give our attention to. So in our higher mind, so we're out of that lower space is what I'm feeling with this card. And this card is very much about the flow. There's a sensitivity to this. And this jellyfish, it feels like it's, not that jellyfish tend to be in rivers, but it feels like it's flowing down that river, that we have created the solid earth to contain this river, to contain our flow, this higher mental capacity that we have to focus, to plan, to schedule, to manage our life, to set deadlines, to be determined, to follow our path and create a scaffolding in our life that we can build upon. And this river, so it's strong and it's deep, this river bank, so the earth that holds this river, and then the water itself is our flow. And the jellyfish is going on down this river. This is us moving and flowing down this river. We're not trying to swim upstream, hopefully we're not trying to go against the traffic, you know. We're not trying to swim upstream and then trying to go against the flow, because we'll just find ourselves probably hitting obstacle after obstacle. So sometimes we just need to surrender, stop trying to swim upstream and go against the flow and the rhythm of our life, and just surrender, lift our legs up and flow with the waters that are carrying us somewhere. We've built this scaffolding, we've built this solid, you know, the earth that holds the river. We've built that container. If we can trust that, then we've built that as best as we can, based on our truth, our values, our ethics, the things that are important to us. And then we can trust then where this river is taking us. If we're building it on anxiety and depression and stress and insecurity, then we might feel really uncertain about where this river is going. So the river is taking us into the unknown, and we have to trust in our ability to lead ourselves there, and the universe taking us there. We might find on what day is this, for Wednesday, we might find on Wednesday that some of us feel sensitive, and we might feel a bit overly sensitive. And why? Maybe there's something trying to get our attention that is out of balance or out of whack for us in our life. So this is very much highlighting the flow, but it could also highlight a heightened sensitivity, which is not a bad thing, because heightened sensitivity can actually show us where we're out of balance and what we might need to consider doing to get back on track, or back in the flow of our river that's guiding us forward in our life. So I trust that supports you for Wednesday. Let's find the best card for Thursday, the 18th of January. So Thursday the 18th, the best card is this one, It's another animal kingdom. And it's this. It's the peacock. Excellent. So the peacock is card 15. And it says increasing self-confidence. So this is very self-explanatory. On Thursday, we've been encouraged, and we might even find that our self-confidence is increasing. Now, when we're in alignment with our life and things are in pretty good flow and we're finding a reasonable structure, a routine, we could call it, that we are working with fairly well, that's something that does imbalance me at times, is when my routine shifts, because I do like structure in my life, but I do like the flow equally. So I work with those two, as I said before. But when things change in my life and I have a routine shift, that sort of, I feel a bit scattered. I feel a bit like I'm on a wheel and I've been spinning. So it's really priority for me when I've been through a change, especially a change to my routine, is to look at establishing a new routine or a new way that that works for me. Like, for example, when Corey, a few months ago, Corey, pretty much my husband, got pretty much a full-time job. And for the last 14 years, he's been basically my assistant. So it took me a couple of weeks really to adjust to doing the things that he would usually do. Like, okay, how are we going to manage emails now? Even just doing the dishes and the cooking, I was lucky enough to have him do all that for me. So getting into that routine, it was a bit unsettling. But then, okay, I've just got to figure out my routine now. So now I've got a really good routine at a certain time of the day. I do load the dishwasher, get the dinner going, check the email. So, I think, finding the life and the plan of our life and the management of our life that works for us will build our self-confidence. And when we have self-confidence, when we feel confident, we also feel clear. So clarity comes in, and clarity is like, where all the clouds part and it's like, now I know what I need to do, or we get that clarity, something drops into place. So clarity and confidence go hand in hand. And if you've been feeling unclear, you don't know where you're going, you don't know what to do next, maybe increasing and working on increasing your self-confidence, which is reasonably easy for us to focus on doing. It's harder in some ways, to go looking for clarity. Sometimes I find it easier because I know clarity and confidence go together. If I'm feeling unconfident and unclear, which tends to happen, they go together, then I want to look at how can I build up my strength, how can I build up my confidence in myself, knowing that clarity will ride on the back of that confidence. So if you're seeking clarity, seeking, maybe, and it's not working, maybe try seeking confidence and looking at how you can increase and improve your strength, your confidence about yourself, who you are, what type of person are you. Getting to know yourself is also where you'll probably find some confidence. And then clarity will follow on the back of that. It does tend to go together. So for Thursday, increasing self-confidence, looking at how we can potentially do that and what that might entail. And it might mean, because I've talked a lot about this structure and this routine and the management of our life, that real air drag and energy, the reminder that our mind is powerful, then maybe the key in this is coming back to, how mentally aligned we are with our life. Are we unhappy with our life and we're trying to be somewhere else? Are we trying to be in the past? Are we trying to be in the future? Are we trying to be elsewhere? So, let's make sure too that we're in alignment with where we are in our life. And if something about our life isn't working right now, then it's up to us to seize the moment, take a leap of faith, and make some changes. So, there are our cards for the next 3 days. I am going to pull a theme card, which will help bring the days together. So we'll do that in a minute. Before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. please comment, please share if you're inspired to. And if you'd prefer to connect more privately, then please send us a message through our website. If you're watching on Facebook, please hit the follow button. And if you're watching on YouTube, then please hit the subscribe button. So you'll hopefully see more of these videos in the future. Come back and connect. I'm here every couple of days. I'm here a few times a week doing these videos. So if you don't see any for a couple of days or a week or two and you're like, where are those videos? Come to the page directly. Please visit Temple of Balance on Facebook. Just type it into the search bar, Temple of Balance. Come over and see what you've missed. So thanks for connecting. If you'd like to learn more about my cards that I've created and used here today, or the work that I do at Temple of Balance, then please visit templeofbalance.com.au. So I'm now looking for the best card for the theme. The theme will help bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm getting all my days mixed up or joined together. Okay, the best card for our theme for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the 16th, 17th and 18th of January is this. It's another Animal Kingdom Oracle, and we have this. It's the Turtle, card 45, and it says slow and steady. So this is about finding our pace. The pace that works and resonates for us. Some of us may find the next few days that we want to slow down, that we want to sort of settle in to the movement and the pace of our life. Maybe a little more than usual. Maybe we have a day off, or maybe we are stepping away. Maybe we can step back a little bit and just slow our pace down. This is not necessarily highlighting slow. It's more about the steady and finding our rhythm, our steady pace that works for us. Now, it may be just over these next few days, or it may be moving forward further than that over the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months. Maybe we're getting back into our routine and we're looking for that steady pace, that steadiness, that security, that stability that we're looking for in our everyday life. I feel like that comes really from creating that river, the container of the river of the earth, where we carve it out in the earth that I was talking about before, especially connected with the mind. So our mind can be our biggest asset. It can really support our strength and our flow moving forward. And our mind can be our biggest enemy, because it can want us to go in a completely different direction. It can have us think we're off path, we're off track. It can have us anxious and feared and depressed and feeling insecure and reflecting all of our issues back in our life. So our mind is really, really powerful in a positive or a negative way. And if it's been more in a negative way for you, it's really important to be aware of that. Okay, my mind is in the dirt, it's in the drain, it's in the ditch, it's in the gutter right now, and I'm feeling pretty low. Okay, I've got to do something about this. What can I do about it? Okay, maybe practice some gratitude. See if that, go on a gratitude rampage for a few days. See if that helps improve things just a little bit. Maybe create a plan. Maybe it's no accident that I'm talking a lot about structure, routine, the mind, the higher mind. Maybe creating a plan might be just what you need. A doable plan, not some high pie in the sky ridiculous plan that you have no hope of fulfilling. Make it simple, make it easy, make it doable. Just a couple of simple things on your plan. Could be making your bed today, if that's all that you can manage. It could be straightening up your bedroom, your kitchen, or wherever, your car, whatever it might be. And that might be your plan for today. And make that effort to do it, even just part of that, so you can tick that off your list. And then see how that works, if that bit of structure and that bit of routine helps bring things together in your life more than before. So work with your higher mind, and if your lower mind's in control, do something about it as soon as possible. So the turtle is about finding our steady pace, pacing ourselves, going the distance. You know, it's not the sprint. There's no need to be hasty unless there's something urgent we need to shift and change that we've been ignoring. But go the distance. You know, how can we see this and work with this, whatever we've got going on in the long term? How can we look ahead now, into the months and years ahead, and do we want to be in this same place we're in now in a year or 10 years' time? And if the answer's no, then let's look at what we can do to improve things as soon as possible. So the turtle has its shell, its home on its back. So this also brings closeness to the home. Some of us may feel really drawn to the home. There's also protection here, which makes me feel boundaries might be important for some of us over these next few days, especially personal boundaries we make with ourselves. We think boundaries are all about boundaries with other people, but it feels like boundaries with ourselves could be really valuable and help us get back on track, help us get back into the flow. So what would a boundary with ourselves look like? It will be restraint. It will be perhaps self-control of the bad habits that we've fallen into that we just keep going for, whether it's something we consume or a negative thinking that we have gotten into the loop of, the bad habit of. So how can we be aware of that and then break that habit? Create some boundaries for ourselves that is really utilizing the power of our self-control and the power of our ability to say no to ourselves if we know something's not good for us. Could be a way of thinking, it could be something we're consuming or something we're doing that we know is not right and we know is not aligned with our truth. Feels like there's a lot here, and there's a lot that I could say and a lot I have said, which then again highlights the mental energy that's really strong for these next few days. So pay attention to what's going on in your mind, and if there are thoughts you don't want to be thinking, then now's the time to do something about it. So thanks so much for connecting. I really appreciate your time today and you hanging out with me. Have a great couple of days. I'll see you again on Friday. So take care and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Namaste.